I've been sent the CarryOn Digital Wind Instrument 2 Pro to test for you. Last week I published my e-recorder review. This is a different market, a different price point, different functions. I think it's interesting, so let's get into it. Here we are. It feels quite substantial. This feels more like an alto. Some of the digital wind instruments I've tried have been a bit more like a soprano. I've got a host of buttons, silicone mouthpiece, spare mouthpiece, USB charging cable, fingering charts. I see I can choose between saxophone and Chinese flute. Let's turn this thing on. But as I turn it on, it's come up with alto sax 1. Let's hear. Let me just get to grips with the fingerings. Like most of these digital wind type instruments, the fingerings is a bit of a compromise. It's some kind of logical mix of recorder and flute and saxophone. It's not entirely like playing the recorder, but it is quite intuitive to figure out. Let me just see what these two extra smaller keys are for. Okay, that's a handy kind of cheat code. You press the top one, it goes up half a step. Press the bottom one, it goes down half a step. Let's see if that works with any note. Yes! Then on the back I have a flat plastic... I can't say it. I have a flat plastic pad. Say that 3 times fast. Flat plastic flat. That's like neutral, and we have a button for up the octave and down the octave. So let's just see the full range. Oh, darn, I'm gonna need my fingering chart. So I've got 1 octave, 2 octaves, 3 octaves. Total range 3 octaves and a fifth. We also have a headphone port here so we can plug in and practice without your neighbours hearing. That's loud. You know what? It sounds a lot better through my headphones than it does in the built-in speaker. So I would absolutely send a signal out from the instrument, play it through some decent speakers rather than the built-in box. They were so kind as to send me a manual. I can see that there are 65 inbuilt voices. So let's move on from saxophone. Let's see what else we've got. I select it by toggling here. Quite a bit of reverb on here. Recorder! Prepare yourself. That glissando? How did I do that? That was a complete accident, but if I hold down this key at the side, the recorder voice does a gliss. Does it sound like a recorder? I mean, not completely, and I'm having to get used to the fingerings, but... Let's continue. But the more articulation I give, it gives a pitch bend. I've never heard anything like this. Church organ. This one actually sounds pretty cool. I'm having fun. Percussive organ. I'm personally feeling a lot more positive about the non-fluty type sounds. To me, they sound better, but that could also be because I'm not so familiar with them. You must know something about me, dear viewers. There is no sound, I repeat, no sound, I hold in higher regard than the sampled orchestra hit. Oh my god, I love it so much. Love it. I grew up with those 90s keyboards with orchestra hits in them right next to Space Choir. Oh, is there Space Choir? There is a choir! Does it sound anything like a real choir? No. Does it contain a lot of 90s nostalgia for me? Yes. What I notice is that the articulation matters a lot. Take the sound hulusi, for example. Legato sounds like this. And articulated, we get that. It adds a lot of character to the sound. The inbuilt sound itself is quite detailed. Listen to this. That melodic ornament is produced just by me tonguing into the instrument. So what do I think of the sounds? I love the ones that are a certain vibe. So we're talking synth 2, orchestra hit. I could absolutely see this working in a piece of contemporary music or playing with my band on stage where you wouldn't expect to have those sounds and they'd be like, ah! I do a lot of music theatre. I could definitely use this. However, the sounds that I'm more attuned to, the recorder, the flute, those kind of single instruments, for me aren't quite as successful. But I do appreciate the ones that have these built-in extra techniques. That really gives it something special. One thing I notice is that I like the dynamics. I can make very nice crescendo, decrescendo. There is a clear cut-off point, so I'm not sure if I was playing really heavily amplified that would be more audible. Wait a second, I'm seeing here I can change the reverb. I was only on reverb 1? Oh my goodness, what is reverb 4 gonna be? Wow, I am in a bath of reverb. Alright, this is something new. Down here we have a joystick. This is just giving 90s vibes. As someone who's born in 1985, I mean, you've sent it to the right person. What am I going to do with this joystick then? Huh? Oh, okay. Confused fiddling over. Pushing it up and down makes the pitch go up and down. Pushing it to the right changes the voice. But it only goes one way. If I go into my settings, I can actually change the features of the joystick and of the function button. I'm reading, we can change the octaves, the fingering, the breath sensitivity, key sensitivity, portamento speed, pitch, range, modulation depth, modulation breath. For example, you can set the joystick to jump to any specific voice. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get tired of this. How is the functionality of the instrument? I always approach it as a recorder player. The fingering is intuitive, but it's not the same as the recorder. And for me, the stumbling block is always getting used to the octaves here. We're having to do some creative jumping up and down. That is something you will have to get used to. For me, I feel there are two main drawbacks to this instrument. The first is other sounds. I think you're going to love them or hate them. Out of the 65 provided, I've definitely found a good number that I could use in specific contexts. The main problem for me is still the latency. It's improved. It's always improving, but it's still not immediate. So we're making baby steps. We're closer every time, but the latency is still noticeable for me. Finally, I've managed to pair the Digital Wind Instrument Pro 2 to my phone so I can record directly into GarageBand as a MIDI instrument. So I went into the settings here, turn Bluetooth on, open GarageBand, which I have free with my iPhone, connect with the device, and it's ready. I'm going to press record on my phone, and whatever I play is recorded into here, not with audio, but with MIDI. Listen to this. I think I have to figure out the settings a bit. As you can hear, not everything is coming over perfectly. Maybe the MIDI sensitivity, I have to go and play with it a bit, but it's possible. Price and ordering. This Digital Wind Instrument Pro 2 is a step up both in functionality and price from the first version that I reviewed way back when. That first version was around €99. This goes for $299 or thereabouts. Could I see myself playing it? I cannot wait to incorporate some of these cool sounds that it has, the bells, the synth, the space choir, the orchestra hit, into some of the projects I'm doing. Later this year, I'm going to be doing a whole kids show about blasting into space. This is going to be part of it for sure. As a classical instrument, as a recorder-like instrument, I think there is still some ways to go. The positive thing is that it's very intuitive. All of the functionality, you can work it out in 2 seconds. There's a lot of different possibilities. I'll be honest, in terms of how well things work, compared to something like an EWI or like an eCorder, we are a clear step down, but then the price is also a clear step down as well. So if you're looking at this and thinking, haha, I can definitely use it for some specific things, fantastic. Feels nice, looks nice. Hurrah! Don't forget to check out my recent review of the eCorder, and if you're into these weird instruments, I've been sent quite a few more things to review, so do stick around and please press subscribe. And that's it for today. As always, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face down here. Over here's the Team Recorder Patreon, where you can support Team Recorder, be part of the team, and here's some more videos. Thanks for watching, have a great day, bye!